So the new update is out here on the Korean server, and we can check out the new solo dungeon. You're gonna have to face Haylock and the Guardian. You can see what type of enemies there are if you want to use buff food to min-max against them, Construct and a Demon, and they've honestly made this guy super cool. He's not quite a dragon, and if this isn't a full-blown dragon, I can't imagine what they're gonna come up with real dragons. Like, already these animations are really good here. The first boss is all like ice themed. You can end up in this like complete whiteout phase. It's going to depend how much damage you have and what difficulty level you're doing on, and the gameplay I will show is just on the normal difficulty, so you will probably see the addition of extra mechanics when you push it all the way up to the expert level. This is ultimately a bit of a showcase of the new solo dungeon here on the Korean server. Be aware how much MS I'm playing with. This is like 900 you see in the bottom right there, so there's quite a bit of input lag, and getting your abilities to actually cast properly is quite the pain. So take this as more of a visual experience rather than the actual gameplay of playing, say, Invocator here. The middle section is again just beating up, kind of like a mini boss, but it's ultimately you just have to survive a wave of these golems, and it just appears you have to survive for a certain amount of time, and no matter how many are on the map, they're just going to end up disappearing for whatever reason. That's at least from my experience. And then you can progress on to the next stage, which is indeed this really cool demon. In terms of rewards, unfortunately, there is no change. Still, if you beat it on expert mode, you can get these nebula accessories at the minuscule 2.5% chance. Better than nothing, but still, overall, these rewards don't feel that amazing. Especially with, say, the new slew of weapons releasing, and the fact you still only obtain such a minuscule amount of loyalty coins if you don't get said weapon. Like 4 on expert, what is that? You need 400 of these to craft like the new Birkin weapons. I just think for a weekly limit of only 3, these could be improved. Like having them give at least 1 piece of guaranteed obsidian every one would be nice. Right now it's not even a 20% chance you get it. But with that aside, let's jump into the gameplay showcase of this new solo dungeon, what kind of mechanics you'll expect to be facing, and have a look at the really cool animations some of these new bosses actually have. So let's start from the beginning, and I'll just show you the gameplay of this solo dungeon. So that was it. Again, I'm really impressed with the amount of visual and artistic work they put into these. Whether that's justified, I don't know. They're just solo dungeons, which ultimately everybody only plays 3 times per week for the rewards. But it just goes to show what kind of things they can create, not just spewing out older content from the Korean server, as this is completely original. It's the first time the Koreans are also seeing this, and that gives us hope as to what kind of creations and content they can come out with, say 12-man raids. We should also be getting a new 3-star dungeon later on as well. Not sure what rewards it will have and what content it will actually tie into, but yes, overall, I just really like the art style and the certain mechanics and just the visuals of everything. I just hope that artwork can be put to more use in group content that you'll play a bit more often. So thanks all for watching, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.